Today we're going to be talking about success, what everybody wants. How do you recognize it? How do you know when you have it? What do you do when you have it? What is success? And it's such a random thing that lots of people don't have any idea how to define it, don't know what it is. It's interesting to understand that. And let's start off with a clinical definition.
Success, the favorable or prosperous termination of attempts or endeavors, the accomplishment of one's goals. Man, honestly, this is so powerful, that this is so true, that success is constantly around us. And for me, this is exactly what success is for me. Regardless of if I fail at my attempts or if they're successful, I'm still learning and I'm accomplishing my goals step by step by step. And can we sit down and recognize when we accomplish those little small successes along the way? So success is accomplishing your goals.
We're going to have some sort of a goal. We're either going to achieve it or not, but the process is going to terminate in some degree, and then we're going to start another one. And therein is where I think a lot of people fall short. Goal setting and success is a lifelong process. On the road to success is always under construction, probably the best way to put it. And so we want to make sure that we're always course correcting as we go on this process. And the reason being is we could end up somewhere else. And so what's interesting about course correction, and the point I'm trying to make, is if I adjust my swing ever so slightly, it could make a difference of maybe a millimeter of an angle right here when I hit. But that difference magnified over time is either going to have the ball land here or it's going to have the ball land over here. So what we have to understand is those subtle adjustments we make now, magnified over distance and time, or time, whichever the case is, make huge, huge differences. What we do is we set it, but we never account for what happens in the middle. And if we're never adjusting for our goals as life happens, we don't achieve them. We need to start with good clarity about how we define it. And that could be a numerical value. It could be a warm, fuzzy value of I just feel better. There's so many ways to define it. It's crazy.
Some people feel like in order to achieve success, that it means I have so much more work to do. I can't handle what's on my plate today. There's no way I'm going to hit the bigger goals for me to set, which is the wrong mindset, because what you're doing is you're creating conflict and resistance within yourself, that you are diminishing the energy level that you have to achieve your success. Then there's the other side of success where people think, well, what if I capture so much success all at once, I can't handle it? So they develop a fear of success. Success will only be limited to the amount of effort and energy that you put into it. So you're never going to get more than what you anticipate. You're going to get up to the levels that you anticipate.
We're trying to get you to have a bigger vision, because if the vision's this big, you'll get much further than if your vision is small. When you set your goal, you can have the great big goal, but sit back and figure out what little things you can do that are relatively easy to master. So we don't need to overcomplicate things, but we want you to have a great big vision and great big goals, because that's what gets you inspired to go to work, gets you inspired to do more than you ever thought possible. But to do that, it often is the little things. You can do a beautiful crown for me, but if you leave an open margin, it's just not going to matter in a very short period of time. I'm going to be sensitive, I'm going to decay, and it's going to come off. So what can we do in your practice to create big vision and then follow it up with little things that will make massive, massive results for you?
Other key point on that is, can you recognize and celebrate those small successes along the way? Usually what ends up happening, and that we've seen in some of the offices that we coach, is there's success that's taking place, but people still feel like they haven't hit success yet. It's not there. They keep beating themselves up over and over and over, stating, I'm not hitting my goals. I don't feel like I'm hitting my goals. I don't feel like it's there. Well, part of that feeling is you are not allowing yourself and giving yourself the permission to celebrate the small successes and reaching those small goals. And the more that you're able to do that, then the more you'll be able to see how much success is really sitting around you every single day. I would like to pose a challenge.
I love it.
You want it? Offices, if you're watching this, please use this with your team right now. for at least 3 to 4 days this week, pick one item to celebrate each day before you leave the office.
Thanks for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you next week, 8 a.m. Mountain, 10 o'clock on the East Coast. Until then, have a successful week.
Have a great week. Bye,
Bye-bye.
guys.
What if you could have the practice of your dreams? What's holding you back? Imagine a life where you have everything you ever wanted.